Let me just demonstrate for you very briefly what is wrong with centralized planning. When you believe that you have a set of bureaucrats that can plan for the people at large, as they did in the Soviet Union, and the Politburo that knew all, that set all the prices, that determined what's going to happen with the country over the next 5 to 10 years, where they say that we have to have an increase in terms of whale product. And they just go out, slaughter the whales, weigh them, and then toss the carcass back in the sea because they have no way of getting it back to land safely because they lack the refrigeration or whatnot. Now, we have seen Canada decide that they were going to mandate that all cars be electric by, I believe, the year 2035, regardless of the year. This is in a frigid environment. The centralized planner have dictated we need all battery cars because gas has got to go because it's bad for the environment, it's bad for the climate, despite the fact that CO2 creates new plant life and you have forests and greenery flourishing over the globe where we have more green than we did 50 years ago. Is that necessarily a bad thing? But these people know best. And the same thing with happened in Chicago, where you see Teslas that are unable to even charge at the charging stations because it is so freaking cold.
Oh, we got a bunch of dead robots out here.
Dead robots. Dead Teslas packed the parking lot at this Tesla supercharging station in Oak Brook, a scene mirrored in other supercharging stations around the Chicago area.
Man, this is crazy. It's a disaster, seriously.
With temperatures falling into the negative double digits, these charging ports have stopped charging, leaving many Tesla owners stranded here in long lines since Sunday.
Nothing, no juice, it's still on 0%. And this is like 3 hours this morning being out here, after being out here 8 hours yesterday.
Has it been charging?
No, not at all.
It just isn't working.
At all. It's just frozen, and so I'm now getting it towed to the Tesla Service Center because that's my only option at this point.
Now, I can tell you from personal experience from having driven across the nation and driving from Las Vegas into California, I had plenty of space, I thought, by 30 miles to get to the next charging station. But because it dropped below freezing during the night when I was traveling, that started to dissipate very quickly. And I made it with 2 miles to spare to the charging station. And thank God that I was not caught out because I had to catch a plane the very next morning. Now you're going to see tons of people in electric cars that are going to be stranded in the future. But this is what top-down totalitarian Politburo decision-making leads to when you don't let the free market decide, because there are places that do very well with electric vehicles. Maybe the Southwest, maybe a place like Phoenix, Texas, where temperatures don't usually get cold enough that is going to really negatively impact the performance of the vehicles. But that's not so in Chicago, where you see a graveyard of Teslas. And I love the Tesla, don't get me wrong. I loved driving it for the year that I did. It was an amazing car. And this is nothing against Elon Musk. And hopefully they were able to make a battery that is going to lose less energy in super hot or super cold weather, which is what it does. It needs to be in a very narrow range in order to maintain it, the battery power. But regardless, once again, these are the people that say, well, we're going to lock down for COVID because we know best. Everybody's got to wear a mask. We're going to keep the children out of school because we need everybody to be safe, because we are the smart people, we are the elites, and we are the ones in power. And this plays out time and time again, where you don't allow the free market to experiment and to figure out what actually works. And these people want to dictate what we can and cannot do, even though they have the same wisdom of a little rat that gets caught in the mousetrap. And these people are caught in the mousetrap of wokeness and their own overestimation of their intelligence, which is severely lacking. But because they have the credentials, they think that they know how to farm better than the farmer. And they want to displace all the farmers in the name of climate change. They want to take away the fuel that the farmers use to run their tractors in the name of climate change. I'm just railing against this because this is what we have coming up and why we must all fight back and realize that a bunch of different market nodes operating individually will come up with the best solution over and over and over again versus a centralized planning system. And once again, this has been proven from everywhere that socialism has been tried and is being proven once again with the electric vehicles in severely cold weather causing traffic disruptions and being stranded. And that will happen again in Canada. It happened during COVID. It will happen at every single opportunity where centralized power is given freedom to dictate what the average person can and cannot do. Let me know your thoughts and opinions below in the comment section. Thumb up the video. Peace.